What's up, world? This is We Need a Fifth. This your man Mo. Got my man Hill in the building.
Still.
Got my man P on the line.
What up?
Fellas, the NBA offseason continues to provide those power punch, gut punch stories. And one of those stories, I think, man, Anthony Davis got a new contract extension, 3 years. And wait for it, people. $186 million US American dollars.
Congratulations, AD.
That
we always have to be paid, so we'll congratulate on that. I guess we'll get to the ugly part later. I guess, right? We're super happy he got his bread though.
$62 million a year for a player who will be available for about half the season, about 50, 55 games. That's how we doing it. So you almost pay him like $1 million per game that he's going to be available, and you're hoping that he hits that 62 mark. Because I don't think he's hit 62 in a while. Is that what we're doing? That's where we're at with the NBA now? And I understand the talent, but when does availability become a factor, fella? Because that separates the great. That's ruined a couple of great talents' career, as far as I'm concerned, or ruined their opportunities to secure hardware. I'll give you Tracy McGrady. I'll give you Grant Hill as ultimate examples. Those guys lost opportunities to secure hardware because they weren't available during half their prime at the very least. And we're rewarding this. I mean, I don't believe Anthony Davis has had a season. I don't think he's ever played 82 games. If you're not counting playoffs. Wow. I don't understand.
I mean,
I get it. I get it in the sense that, hey, you pay him because there's going to be some other guy out there that's willing to pay that price, and you want to keep the talent in house. But at one point, does the NBA say, hey, how many games you play every season is going to affect your paycheck?
And no one put a gun to the Lakers. I mean, they didn't have to offer it. For when they didn't have to offer it. And the other thing is, too, is for me, I'm just going to put it this way. As a Laker fan, outside of me, I guess the question would be, who would you substitute for him for that? You know what I'm saying? Who would be better that you would spend that money towards? That you can get that can play with LeBron, and LeBron would give the okay to, because it's not so much you retaining Anthony Davis, it's a package deal. It's you retaining Anthony Davis with LeBron's wishes. You know what I'm saying? So this has had to go through him. This doesn't get flushed out until he leaves. I've seemed to be content with how I am as a fan, and saying that as long as he's here, meaning him being LeBron, then this is what we have to deal with, like his choices and picking this Lakers squad. So that's why I wanted, after the bubble, I wanted them both at the time to be gone. You know what I mean? I love AD's potential to be what he can be, but it comes a time where you can say, you know, I'm tired of you being able to be this person, as opposed to you reaching that greatness. And I thought that optimal level was at the bubble, and I thought he could have been better than that in the bubble. I just think there's immense levels to where AD can reach, which he hasn't been able to. And I thought we cashed out, and we should have got what we could have got, and went in a different direction with this Laker team. Since they didn't do that, this makes sense. Congratulations. Knew it was coming, and it goes on. I'm against. You're upset about AD. I don't know what they're paying. I want LeBron going. So
he's the only reason why we still relevant.
Well, in that case, you're going to have AD. I mean, they go hand in hand because that's his guy. So unless you're on my end where you're saying, I want the team, I don't mind about relevance. I don't. I went through the Kobe years of them being terrible. It's at some point you have to blow it up and start over and get draft picks and run as a successful business. I think we're still going to be chasing our tail this year as well with this team. So it's expected.
P?
It's tough. You know what I mean? Like I think we're pretty much all in agreement is where talent-wise he's worth it, but availability is why you don't give it to him. I just thought about it. He was available in the Western Conference Finals when they got swept. So maybe you look at it like even if he's available, you don't pay him that much. But I don't know what other direction they go in besides what Hill said. You just blow it up and to do a complete rebuild. And like you said, if you do that, it's a package deal. You got to get rid of both of them. And they weren't willing to do that.
Let me ask you guys this. I think they're going to be renegotiating the CBA soon, right?
Next year, right?
Yeah. Or the contracts they're not going down.
No, and I'm not saying that they would, but do you think, especially with the narrative around load management and players, especially top tier players like Anthony Davis, like a Zion Williams, LeBron James at this point, that aren't available, and Dame Lillard could be added on to that. That owners come to the players at this new CBA where they're trying to scale back some of the guaranteed nature of these contracts. Because right now they're fully guaranteed. You can miss half the season and we're still going to pay you $62 million. Do you think they tried to work in provisions in this next CBA where the contract's payment could be scaled back depending upon availability? Like, hey, if you only paid 62 games, we don't have to pay you the full 62 million. It might just be 52 million or 55 million.
They'll definitely try. I mean, that's part of negotiations.
Yeah, that's business.
I don't know if they'll succeed, but I believe they will try to say, well, it might be like certain kickers. Like if you didn't play X amount of games under your current contract, well, then you're not. It's not possible for you to earn a certain amount on your new contract. So I could see that being brought to the table. I would if I was an owner. But that's yeah. So I can see that part of the negotiations. Yeah, definitely.
And if I'm a player, I would say no. I mean, for the last 60 years, you've been getting us over in the wealth gap. I mean, like I said, Michael Jordan's getting paid $1.5 million.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So not until maybe 90, 95, 94, where contracts starting to seem reasonable. They still weren't great, but you started to see the gap with talent. Like it becomes closer towards your sharing of the revenue that's coming to NBA. No, I feel you have another 30 more years to catch up. And I hope these contracts get bloated more towards the players getting more piece of the pie. You know what I mean? Sure, the owner pays them, but these players are running that revenue. I mean, you can name the players on the teams. You can't name more than 3 owners in the league from a fringe basketball fan.
Yeah, I believe that, it's honestly, I think it's fair because they're not going to pay AD that if they can't afford to pay AD. So obviously they can afford it. So, Yeah, no one's crying for the owners. Now, I think the question is, the basketball wise, do you want AD on the Lakers for the next 5 years, regardless of how much? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're the Lakers. The money is, if any team could say money's not an issue, it's the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's more, do you want AD for the next 5 years, knowing his injury, his history of injuries? And I think that's Lakers, really the decision to be made. Yeah.
Right, P. If it's Lakers, Golden State, the answer is absolutely. If it's that AD, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's AD versus Denver, no. If it's AD, I'm playing 2 games and then I'm high-fiving on the side and I'm out 3 games, then no. But he gives you those flashes to where you say the $62 million is justified. He is a great player of potential. I mean, just not of what he's been giving. So I can see why he got his money. Like, this isn't Paul Millsap.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just, they're taking a gamble. You know what I mean? Like, you know the talent, but you also know the history of injuries, and I guess you're banking on him being healthy for the next 5 years, and you disregarding his history, basically.
Yeah, I mean, his talent mixed with the other guy is an anchor or albatross to me, to this franchise.
You gotta put some respect on my man, LeBron.
They're tied in. Mo's old.
Okay, and he hasn't been the reason the Lakers haven't been able to move forward.
You think so?
Like,
I mean, he was there for the sweep too, right?
Yeah, no, and he and he's going to be a part of personnel decisions going forward until he's here. Until LeBron James is going, you're going to need to adjust until he leaves. Put it that way. I don't think you're going to win another championship with him here, unless there's no unless you stockpile more talent around him that's above the talent than they have here, and they can't afford it. Put it that way.
So you don't think this team that they have right now will be competitive?
Oh, they can compete any night. Any night. When I don't know. A lot of teams are competitive. When? It's probably a what? I want to jump out the window and say 52 win team, but it's probably more going to be like maybe a 46, 47 win team.
I think that's fair. If they win between 50 and 60 games, I'm calling it a good team.
They're not though.
Yeah, what did they win last? They won like what, the high 40s last year because of the injuries. Yeah,
they'll be in the same arena.
Yeah, neither one of those guys are getting any younger. Like, you don't get healthy as your career goes along. So, yeah.
Well, hit us up on social media. Let us know what you guys think of AD's new 3-year, $186 million contract. Do you think the NBA is going to start trying to negotiate the contract's guarantee nature? Do you think the Lakers have made the wrong decision in sticking with LeBron and AD as the duo, like Red Hill over here? Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video on YouTube. Hit us up wherever you listen to your podcast. And you can hit us up directly at weneedafifth@gmail.com. Fellas, stay in line with the basketball. We had some NBA legends give us their top
Careful, Hill.
10 all-time players list. 2 NBA legends, Dr. J and Shaquille O'Neal. They both gave their top 10 all-time list. I want to start with Dr. J. Dr. J's all-time list. in no particular order, according to him, is Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, Elgin Baylor, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Karl Malone, and Tiny Archibald. Now, Shaq's all-time top 10 list. And he put it in starting five and the bench five. We'll say it like that. His starting five, he would put Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and himself on the first team. Second team would be Steph Curry, Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan, Karl Malone, and Isaiah Thomas.
Okay, can I go first?
Absolutely.
Why the names are just fresh in my mind?
Absolutely.
Dr. J missed half of the list. I mean, not really. Like Jerry West, no.
Right.
I love Jerry West. Basketball mind, respect him, all of that. Probably top 20. All these guys are probably top 20, but not top 10. Jerry West, Oscar Robinson, Elgin, who's great player. Great. These guys were at one point probably top 5 plays ever in the 60s. You know what I mean? So, I'm saying this with all due respect to them. Those 3 guys are not top 10, nor is
Nate Archibald.
You forgot a name, Carl.
Yeah, Nate Archibald, Carmelo. They're just not.
Okay.
You go okay. If you want to just somehow finagle Jerry West, Oscar, Elgin, you could argue it. You know what I mean? I didn't see them play. So if you saw them play and you're just like, no, if they played in this era, rah, 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 okay. Because I have the utmost respect for those 3 plays. I really do. Tiny Archibald, no. It's just no. He's not even a top 10 point guard.
Archibald, correct me if I'm wrong, and I might be wrong with this. He led the Knicks to a championship, right?
No, he did not.
He was on that champ. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Walt Frazier.
Okay.
And in my opinion, Walt Frazier's the better player. Carmelo, no. He was in a top 10 player in the 90s. So we're not even talking about Kobe, Dirk, and all these new players that came in the 2000s that, make it. No, he was never top 10. At no point in my lifetime did I look at Carmelo as a top 10 player. So yeah, that list is, I disagree with that list a lot.
Yeah.
Shaq, Iverson, no. Big fan of, back when he's wearing, the 11s at Georgetown. Huge fan of Allen Iverson, but he's not a top 10 player of all time.
Yeah. And Shaq made, as far as I'm concerned, Shaq made the same mistake Dr. J did, and he has Karl Malone on his top 10 list as well.
Yes, by default, he has a better list. I don't know if that's saying much, but
for me, Dr. J's list, I'm just a little surprised you have Karl Malone up there, who's not a champion, and you don't have Larry Bird, who is a champion, who you had to go through and face that crucible to become a champion yourself. And so you know how good he is.
Well,
I just don't. I don't like, if you're gonna pick a forward in that position. Like, really, Karl Malone is the first guy you come up with, Dr. J. Really, and he's not. He can't even sit in the championship room with you. Really, at least the rest of the guys could sit in the championship room. I don't get it. I think that was really disrespectful right there.
Well, I agree with Karl Malone being included, but the Larry Bird omission, you know,
You understand it.
I think I probably have Bird in my top 10, but he's barely hanging on at this point. You know, with Steph and these other guys, Bird is barely hanging on to the top 10. I don't think Karl Malone should be there, but if Bird's not in there, I'm not going to go crazy at this. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess where I come in then is that let's start with let's put the chicken before the egg. I mean, like, two of the all-time greats, no. Two of the all-time great players list, no. Shaq is an all-time great, and Dr. J is okay. We'll leave it at that.
Oh, whoa.
Okay.
I disagree with that.
All right. So if we want to say, right.
Wow. So disrespectful.
You don't like, all right, so let me see. If player A gives you 16, 4, and 3, and the other player gives you 18, 6, and 2, which one would you prefer?
18.
So Nate Tiny Archibald is better than Dr. J.
I don't think Nate gives you 18. Dr. J gives you 16.
Yeah, give you 16. It's correct.
No way.
All right, so
no way. We got to fact check.
I'll be looking at.
I'm just joking. That was his 86 season. But listen, he did give you that. It was 86 season, a great season, 16 points per game. If he is great, right? Which we all feel we are, like Jordan, the Shaqs, and everything of that nature. And you're saying, like, you're arguing Karl Malone, and you couldn't think of any better forward. Why not put himself?
That is true. I think he's better than Karl Malone. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
but he
maybe
I understand what Shaq would do. Maybe he's not like a bashful guy type thing. So Jordan would keep himself off.
Maybe it was humble. Maybe it was fake humble. I don't know. But he's definitely better than Karl Malone.
Yeah, but comes a line with humility. Like, Jordan's not going to put Ray Allen over himself. You know what I'm saying? Kobe is not going to put Kerry Kittles over himself. Like, I understand humility, but certain things are just flat out. I don't think Dr. J is just a flat out guy. That's where you have the ambiguity. Like, Dr. J is great, then he should be an easy slot in. You know what I'm saying? And forward thinking. I mean,
maybe. I agree with you. Like, to me, I wouldn't have a problem if him putting himself over Bird. Now, personally, I have Bird over him just because of the NBA ABA thing. But if you add everything
with the ABA thing, actually the ABA I think was a better league than NBA during that time.
And he won 2 championships there.
Absolutely.
So if you add it up, he has 3 championships, and they can say 30,000 points. You add it up, he had a better career than Bird. He just didn't have a better NBA
career.
So that's the only reason I put Bird ahead of him, is because of the NBA.
Well, I'm averaging both. Bird is slowly but surely just moving away. Like, I don't really want to really destroy Bird like that. But I'm saying, like, even when his career is lessened, Dr. J is a better player than Kevin Durant?
Again,
adding the ABA.
No.
Adding the ABA, I would say yeah.
I would say no.
Because he led, at least he led 2 teams to a championship in the ABA. Right. And then he got another one in the NBA. He just has some more rings. Like, that's no knock on, KD's awesome. He's a great player. But, again, I think Kevin Durant's a better NBA player. If we were doing an NBA list, I would put KD ahead of Dr. J. But just basketball career, I would go Dr. J.
Right. And player-wise, from what you saw, we saw him on his tail end. We didn't see that much of Dr. J.
I think KD.
Yeah, I think KD's probably more talented, but that wouldn't be the first time where someone's more talented, and I still would say that the person that you pit them against is a better player, because you have to actually use that talent to win. You can have the skill set out of this world. If you don't win, what does it matter?
Yeah, I mean, in all due fairness, I think Jules gave me over 22, close to 23 a game.
Yeah, I mean, call it what it is. It's a bad list. It's just a bad list. To try to protect him, you know, I just like Dr. J. I always liked how he carried himself, class act. I do remember in the interview he stated like Jerry West, Oscar, Elgin, Wilt, Russell. He's not coming off of that. That's who he grew up on, so he's not coming off of that.
Stubborn,
right? So he's just like he pretty much. If you ask him his top 5, Jordan might not be in it. That might be his top 5. You know what I mean? So
the key is to just not ask him the question.
And pretty much. Pretty much.
Now, what about Shaq's all-time top 10? How do we feel about that?
Iverson him alone. He messed up. That's it.
I agree with that. So where you at?
Yeah.
I think we're all. It's like Carmelo. None of us here care for Carmelo and his game. None of that. We're all big fans of Iverson. If we're saying he's not in the top 10, then he probably doesn't belong in the top 10.
If it wasn't for his vision and court awareness, like Dr. J and LeBron James aren't that far players. They're really not. They're really not. And they're not. They're not. But I mean, for either one, I'm almost pivoted wanting to take Shaq's jump shot over both of theirs.
And in that situation, I tell you seriously, I think LeBron is a lot more talented than Dr. J. I think Dr. J. What you call it,
brother.
I think because LeBron as
passing, yes.
As much as you don't like his form and all that stuff, he can score on all 3 levels. Dr. J could not.
Yeah, but
LeBron. But if you, as a student in the game and watching LeBron and much footage I watch, LeBron has some of the worst footwork in the game.
And I'll give you that, but
Dr. J does
footwork, however ugly it is.
It's not ugly. It's illegal.
It gets the job done.
Yeah, but it's illegal.
In the NBA, it's not illegal.
Yeah, you know it is. It's traveled. He has some of the worst footwork in the game, and I can give you a montage on it.
Yeah, and Hill, I'm not arguing with you on that. And we've all been on this show at one time or another and talked about how the NBA doesn't call travel, doesn't do that. So what I'm saying is, hey, as far as we're concerned, yeah, he may be traveling with some. KD got issues with his handle and carrying and all that. We can all nitpick on certain superstars with their adherence to the rules of basketball. But if the NBA ain't calling it, that's what it is. And it's like, hey, as bad as his form may be, he can score on all 3 levels.
Yeah,
consistently.
But that's not what we're here for, though. But I understand what they let him get away for, but that's not what we're here for. Like, we're here to debate past that. I mean, I think that's what sets us apart from regular people. I mean, we watch the little nuances, which we can say that, all right, he is better because of such. The fact that they miss it, I mean,
yeah, the 3
happens. I get it.
Yeah, the 3 levels things, I get it, but like Dame, Luka, whoever you want to throw out there, they could score at all 3 levels, but I'll take Shaq. He only could score at 1 level. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I just give me the results. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but I don't think Dr. J is a Shaq dominant type player, or was ever a Shaq dominant type.
Oh, in
player.
the ABA he was.
I mean, okay. ABA, he was that guy. You know what I mean? Like,
whatever you think of LeBron now, he was
like, yeah, LeBron now is the Dr. J of now.
You know Minus vision, they're not far from each other.
Right. And I think LeBron's a better player, but again,
all around. I get that. But it's not as far as you think, though.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I just said, give me the results. Give him the career. Dr. J got 3, LeBron got 4. That's a fact. That's not opinion. That's the actual fact. So they're separated by 1 championship. if you're going off of results.
I mean, it's going to come to a point.
I think the argument could be more complex than that, in the sense that LeBron could say, for 10 years, if you wanted to get a championship, you had to go through me. Dr. J can't say that.
Yeah, but they went
He
through.
may be able to say that with the ABA, but once he got to the NBA, hey, he had to go through the Boston Celtics. He had to overcome the Detroit Pistons. He had to get through the New York Knicks. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't the wall. Like, LeBron can say, hey, if you wanted a championship, especially if you were on the East Coast, you couldn't get there without beating me.
Right, but they beat him though. That's what I'm saying. So the result,
he went to 10 finals, right?
Right, he lost 6 of them. Okay. That's not good. Like,
I
said,
Dr. J went to 2.
Like Jerry West, so he went to 8.
Yeah, but tell me how much you won. I don't care how many times you got there. How many times did you win?
Or if
so that's he's better than Jordan. You say he's better than Jordan then, because he's been there more than Jordan.
No, I'm saying he's better than Dr. J in the sense of, hey, how dominant he has been and what him back on the court meant for his
I don't
team.
think either one of them.
I don't consider that
had the level of impact.
I
don't consider that dominant.
We're saying that they're not that far away more. I think we all agree that he's better than Dr. J. Okay. We all agree on that.
Yep.
You might just think it's eons different, which is fine. And I think you make a good argument towards it. But from a skill set, I think they're very close, minus the ability of vision with Dr. J. Look, I mean, LeBron James, I think he overcompensates with his athleticism than he does being a student of the game. I've always felt that way. He's not the greatest basketball talent. He's just physically superior than any other player that's around him at any time when he was playing. But being a 17-year-old, he was built like he was a 30-year-old NFL player. So he's going to be more dominant. People are going to bounce off of him. From a skill set level, I'll take Randolph Childress over him. He's just not that good of a player from a skill set standpoint. It just is what it is. The guy doesn't have a good percentage shooting threes. He doesn't have a good percentage shooting mid-range jump shots, but at the same time, he gives you 30. That can't be debated. It just depends on how do you want the sausage to be made. He's going to give you 30. There's no argument towards it. But how he gets to 30, that's where I have my issues with it. And I think this is where this show gets into it with us. Like, you'll say, like, he averaged more. Listen, he averaged more than Kobe. Whatever you Kobe guys think of him, all around, he has better statistics. And I'm on the opposite end of saying, like, from a basketball standpoint, I don't even find it close. I can actually watch a Kobe game. A LeBron game, I'm waiting for a fast break takeoff or a forceful. He's Shaquille O'Neal at 6'9". But for basketball standpoint and studying the game and everything that put into it, it's Michael Jordan, it's Kobe Bryant, it's Tim, it's people who put in the work to know these games, to know this game. But I'm not here to argue results because the guy still gives you 30. The guy still gives you the points. So you got me on that. But I saw Dr. J, and Dr. J couldn't hit the side of a barn. And LeBron just started to hit the door on the barn now. You don't want him taking those shots that you're taking. Just the simple fact he's not good at it. But that's just me. And one day we're gonna have to get into this whole LeBron James type discussion because I think he's an all-time great, despite of what he lacks, believe it or not. And to most people, he's the most all-around complete player, which could be right. But being good at a lot of things don't make you great to me. So
I think and especially on this show, I think one of the lines of demarcation that we've established is, hey, the championships is what helps them cross that line.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And like, hey, like you said, the results are the results.
I think your argument first, it's not even the championships, because I can nitpick the championships, to be fair. I think the simple fact of him getting there 10 times is more impressive to me than him with the championships. I don't give him the Ray Allen championship. I don't give him the Kyrie Irving championship. I just don't. And then you have the bubble championship, where everyone worries about. So there could be an argument for the guy having one legitimate championship. So I don't do the championship. I like the 10-year. I like the ability to get there 10 times with questionable talent on some of those and just leading them there is more impressive to me from LeBron James standpoint. But that I give towards like a Shaq thing. It's just so dominant.
Yeah, I think that's a good comparison where, is the skill set the best? Not exactly, but you can't argue the results with Shaq and LeBron.
If I'm LeBron, I say who cares? If I'm Shaq, I'm saying who cares?
Right.
You might like Olajuwon more than me. I'm better.
Right. Olajuwon, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, Jokic, Embiid have a better skill set than Shaquille O'Neal. I think he's better.
Wait a minute.
I think he's better than all of them.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I think something was wrong with your mic. I thought I heard Pat. Something must be wrong with my headphones. I heard Patrick Ewing in that list.
Well, Patrick Ewing could shoot, Mo. Yeah.
You put Shaq 15 feet away from the basket, put Ewing 15 feet away from the basket.
Yeah.
You're going to want Ewing. You're going to want Ewing. You're going to want Ewing.
No, I don't want Ewing.
I know you had to do your obligatory shot at Patrick Ewing, but he's better than all the people that I named with that limited skill set. And the results confirm that.
You name Olajuwon, Joker. I mean, you name some really good players.
Ewing is really
possibly
good.
some great players. And
Ewing's a really good player, Mo.
Really good. Wow. Okay. All right. He's as good as Olajuwon now. That's where we're going with this. I'm not there with you guys.
Listen to the show. Know what the difference is.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Oh wow.
For the record, I do support LeBron James as a player, though. I don't want to make it seem like
great.
No, you don't.
One day,
time great, but we see him play. Like I don't.
Yeah, and that's what I go on. I mean,
okay, what you call it? Let's go to Shaq's current top 5 players in the NBA today. His current top 5 players in the NBA today. The players are Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Joel Embiid.
Still waiting for something like to shock him. Like, where's the shocking name in this?
Well, one
top 5 right now.
Right now,
in the current NBA.
Yeah, LeBron James needs to go.
Okay.
LeBron needs to go.
Oh.
And if you're gonna get rid of, bro, enough's enough, bro. Enough's enough. Like, y'all gonna get me to the point where my boy Kyle gets you to, and what you get me to, well, I'm get to say the sun's not good, though. I don't want to get there.
I don't even know what that means.
I just take him out.
You're not gonna tell us
what did LeBron do to you, yo?
I'm okay with Embiid.
Really?
Did he say KD?
Yep.
He said KD and Damian Lillard.
Let me get back to KD. We'll get back to KD. Dame Lillard, I'm fine. Curry, I'm fine.
Really? Top 5 in the NBA right now, though.
Yeah, top 5 in the NBA right now.
Not like 5 years ago, like right now.
Yeah, right now. I want Dame Lillard. I want Steph. I probably want Dame Lillard now, but more than I want Steph Curry.
I would think Steph is a no-brainer. Like all the names that you named.
Wow.
Yeah, give me Steph, Dame. The guards are fine. The center is fine. Kevin Durant, you get rid of. I'm looking for. I can't get Tatum. These last couple of years have been.
I think the two omissions, in my opinion, is Giannis and Joker. Yeah. I think they're clearly top 5 players.
No, I don't know about easily. I have no problem getting them off. Whatever I feel about LeBron is what I'm starting to feel about Giannis. So him staying off, I don't mind that. You might not see Giannis go back there.
Okay, that's fair.
A lot of talent in the league, a lot of talent.
Yeah.
And I think part of my thing with Embiid is, like we've already said on the show, we see great talent. He has all the tools, and it just applying the most impactful way. I question how he goes about that.
You're a big advocate of it. I think they got some of it out, man, when they have a horrible coach. You're big on coaching. I think Doc's going, so now they get to move in a direction we see that should be more Embiid based. Like we always get the ball. Whatever's going on, get him the ball.
I don't think getting him the ball is the problem. It's getting him to do certain things with the ball. Getting him to dominate.
That's coaching.
Yeah.
Coaching. And Doc's going.
We'll see.
Doc's in the booth, back in the booth where he's great.
We'll see if Nick Nurse can get him to go down low and dominate.
And Nick Nurse has a championship, whatever it is he won with up there.
All right. Hey, hit us up on social media. Let us know what you guys think. What do you guys think of Dr. J and Shaq's all-time top 10 list? What do you think of Shaq's current top 5 list? Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube video so you know when the next video is coming out. Hit that notification button. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you're listening to the podcast. And you can hit us up directly at weneedafifth@gmail.com. Fellas, I couldn't wait for this part of the show. I know y'all ready for it. WNBA. We got some serious hot action tomorrow. Sunday, 3 p.m. in the Mecca, New York City versus Aces. I know y'all there for it. Aces don't have Candace Parker. Liberty is on a roll. They've been on a roll. They've been beating opponents, leading the league in three-pointers made. They're starting to find their rhythm, find out their true identity. You guys are there with me, right? Tomorrow, right? We all watching this. This got to be must-see TV, right, fellas?
I think for some reason it feels like Groundhog's Day. If it's like we always we always get led to this rabbit hole, and Nicole and I never jump down it. So
Paul's coming down this rabbit hole.
If this is the Sunday for it, this would be it, right? I mean,
that's it.
Minus the All-Star game, but there's a good chance, Mo, that I probably won't be there. But with that being said, what's the Liberty's record? What's the Liberty's record?
20. I want to say 24. I know they lost 6 games.
That's not bad. That's not.
I want to say, and Aces have 2 losses. Yeah.
All right, 21-6, 24-2. I mean, it's a good chance I might actually show up to see this game.
Yeah, this is, like I said, this is must-see TV, Hill. I mean, if you love basketball, hey, this is going to be some of the purest basketball you see until NBA season starts.
What? Now, here's the kicker, though. Here's the kicker. And P, help me out on this. What channel is it on?
ABC.
Oh, yeah.
ABC, Hill.
Good
ABC,
job, bro.
Hill.
Good job.
ABC.
Man.
3 p.m. Okay?
Oh, man.
All right?
Prime time 3:30 or prime time 10 a.m.?
3 p.m. Hill. 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Hill.
Eastern?
ABC. Eastern, Hill. Eastern. We could probably still catch tickets. Go down to Brooklyn.
The first week in August, there's no Augusta, right? There's no U.S. Open.
Wow. And you don't even watch golf.
No school. No school, right? maybe a little NASCAR. What are we looking at as a? Give me a rating right now. We're gonna give me a 4.2. What are you gonna give me a 3.1? Give me a number in the household.
I'm giving you a despicable rating right now because
Give me
you're
a
being so
1.6 million
disrespectful.
viewers. How many viewers you throwing me on this game? Give me a 4.2.
We have to start doing some research. Who gets more viewership, them or the big three? Nah, I'm dead serious.
Wow. Wow, y'all being so disrespectful.
Give me a number. Give me a
right
number.
now,
1.6.
The big
1.8.
three comes on network television. I'm not trying to be funny. Oh, so you think
Yeah, you are. You
WNBA
trying to
puts
be
a better
funny,
number?
yo. You trying to be funny right now, yo. I can't even. I don't even know who you guys are. I don't even recognize y'all anymore right now. Y'all so disrespectful.
All right, they gave me an average of 0.55 is what they give me, which Nielsen tells me. So they give me about an average of 551,000 viewers per game. And this is the biggest game probably of the season. It's going to nail me a what? A 2, 3? You want to say this is 4 times the average night? Maybe a 2, 3 on a Sunday? That's not bad. I probably might indulge a little bit. But for a basketball enthusiast like myself, you have to catch me early.
I'm jumping out the building. They're getting 3. 3 million.
Three. Here's what I don't need, Mo. I don't need 12-8 halftime.
You won't get that. How about that? Watch the game.
WNBA TV.
These are the top scoring teams in the league, Hill.
WNBA TV audiences up 67% in 2023. 67%. So they're skewing in the right direction. That's what I should be saying.
Like I said, just
because of the Aces and because
it's just like this show. I'm slowly whittling UNP down. But
I think it's
beginning of the year, y'all wasn't even checking it. Now I got y'all looking at scores, looking at ratings. You know what I mean? Slowly but surely, y'all get there. P gonna watch the game tomorrow.
But outside of lowering the rims, you guys need to pat yourselves on the back because they took a page out of our book prior to them starting the season. And that was stockpiling the arms onto 2 different teams to make this
absolutely
interesting of a season. Anyone who gets in their way is just fodder to get ran over. But sooner or later they will come to a clash, which the Liberty and the Aces have done, and it's brought some excitement just to watch them, watch the Lakers pummel whatever they did on the West Coast and watch the Celtics pummel whatever they did on the East Coast. So they are taking that formula to get into where they have to be. And sooner or later, they'll have some more talent that stands out to where they can sprinkle a Michael Jordan over there in Chicago or maybe an Isaiah Thomas somewhere on another team. But they at least started to listen, which, seems well for their sport.
Yeah, I think, Mo, the best thing you did to draw my attention is to, at the beginning of the season, letting us know that all the different plays went to each team. And then I said that then, like, I'll probably be there for the finals. So I feel like they were on a collision course.
Mm-hmm.
And we spoke about this before. I feel like the WNBA tried this at the beginning, when they strategically had Lisa Leslie in LA and Rebecca Lobo in was it Connecticut?
New York.
Yeah, Liberty, right?
Then the Comets came in one, right? And
Houston crashed the party like 4 times. I don't know if that was good or bad. For me, I respect it. Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Tina Thompson. I think Cynthia Cooper is underrated altogether.
Oh, definitely.
Because she came in, I think she didn't have the career because she came at an advanced age, we'll say, when she came into the league. But
a dog with talent.
Honestly, I think that whole Houston Comets roster was underrated. To be honest, from Swoops to Cooper, Thompson, all of them were really underrated.
Cooper was nasty with talent, though.
No, I think Cooper might be like, I know you guys like big on Maya Moore, and rightfully so. She's incredible. But I think Cynthia Cooper might like be the GOAT.
Yeah, the predecessor. She was
as far as WNBA goes.
I can accept that. I can see her being the Michael Jordan to Maya Moore's Kobe. You know what I mean?
Even
In that
I
regard.
think it would be Maya Moore's LeBron because of the long. Well, actually, no, yeah, the Maya Moore's longevity was cut short too.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I would, for that comparison, I would put Cooper as Jordan and Maya as Kobe, in the sense that I feel like for the time that when she was playing, she was just, to paraphrase Jerry West's words, she was a wolf, and she gobbled up the competition, whether in college or in professional leagues. She refused to accept anything less than excellence.
but
And
no, but I digress. But what I was saying is, I don't know if that was good for the league as a whole when Houston won.
you know what? I think the league wasn't fully able to really capitalize on it, fellas. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. Tough transition here. I know you guys saw the Crawford fight.
Yeah.
Do you think?
It's funny you said the Crawford fight, not the Spence Crawford fight, just the Crawford.
Yeah, like the fight usually takes two people, right? The Crawford beatdown.
We understand why you would say.
I think Spence has a rematch clause. There's a rematch clause in with that fight. Spence can enact that rematch. Do you think he should?
Absolutely.
Yeah, financially, I don't think he's going to question. This is his probably two biggest purses he's going to win in his career.
Win or lose, this is how you want to, cash out.
Yeah.
And Hill, I'm gonna direct this to you because I know you're more into the MMA and fight game than me and P. Do you think if there is a rematch, do you think Spence could put forth a better showing than he did? Or is there even a possibility that he can win the fight against Crawford at this point?
Boxing, so it's yes. It was such a dominant. Oh man. It's one of those things psychologically, I think Spence has to get over first. Because it was more so of a loss, it was turned into a public embarrassment. So you're dealing with a whole bunch of, you're dealing with the memes, you're dealing with the playback, getting knocked down more than 3 times, it can be done though. And I think he's going to need a great camp, but you're talking about someone who is confident and humble and hitting his prime at the right moment and hungry and feels overlooked. So Crawford feels like he can get better. And that you guys have missed it so much and you wanted everyone but him to be the champ. So Crawford and him being so dominant up to Spence and then past Spence has felt that outside of his loyal fans, like he still has something to prove. And that's scary. So I mean, I don't want Spence. I personally feel like Spence should rematch him, but from a money standpoint, sure. But the next one I'm thinking is more so of a public safety type thing. Like I think Spence could get hurt. No, seriously,
that's some people who have brought that up. Like for his own safety, he should want that rematch.
Yeah, like Crawford is at he's approaching his A game. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Let me stay with you, Hill. If not Spence, who do you want to see Crawford fight? Who would you like to see?
It's not, trust me, it's not Shakur.
A lot of people have been saying Davis, possibly.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to come back to that one.
Yeah, I would say Tank. I would take Crawford, but I'd rather see Tank over, over the rematch.
I mean, I got Crawford still.
Let me let me let me ask you this then while you're thinking about that, Hill. Has he captured the pound for pound title?
Now, yeah,
Crawford, that is.
yeah, yeah,
Pound for pound?
yeah.
P? Pound for pound?
Yeah, I didn't think that was even a question. Maybe you throw Tyson Fury out there, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter right now.
Hill, did you think of someone that you like to see him fight?
No, it'd probably be someone in MMA, but boxing, no.
um, hey, hit us up on social media. Let us know what you guys are thinking. Who do you think Crawford should fight next? Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that like and notification button so you know when the next video is coming through. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. You can hit us up directly at we need a fifth at gmail.com. Fellas, what's on the radar? Keith.
I'm gonna surprise you, Mo. Kudos to Diana Taurasi becoming the all-time leading scorer in WNBA history. That's
Okay. Wow. Yeah, 10,000 points. If you know, Pete. Yeah. Okay. Hello, what's on the radar, man?
It'll more than likely be the Aces game tomorrow, I guess. Watching that. It's all more. To be fair, Mo, they can't catch me the first week of August. This is it.
The WNBA Liberty versus Aces Sunday, 3 p.m. I'm there.
We got next, right? That's that. What we got now?
Fantastic. We got next. We had next.
We got now.
Got now. Okay,
Wow.
maybe a little bit later.
Hey, we got Hill we got Hill and T tomorrow at 3. That's what they got. Fellas, it's been real. For all our fifths out there, be safe. We out.
Peace.
Everybody look out. Everybody watch out for Dr. J, everyone. Bring him outside, bring him inside. Peace.
Peace.